Wake up in the morning feeling good right now. I know it. Where my joy come from, it's the morning.
What's up? Good morning. How y'all feeling, people? I hope all is well. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. I know it's been a minute and there's been a lot going on, a lot of great things, and no excuse though, right? I'm working on it, man. As you know, as I don't know if I've even addressed this in like a previous podcast, but I definitely will. But it's definitely we gotta break these habits. Talking to myself, break the habit of not always remaining consistent on everything that I put my hands on. I know sometimes it can get hard when you're trying to do more than one thing, but that's the thing that helps you grow beyond the person that you are. When you're able to maintain stuff that you normally wouldn't be able to maintain. I know we hear a lot of times that you can't be in a million places at one time, but how you divide your day up is how you can make that make sense for you. And for me, it's a lot of stuff that makes sense, and there's a lot of stuff that I haven't stayed consistent to. And I know I've talked about it in previous podcasts, so yes, throw your stones at me. But that's why I said this podcast is always me talking to me. And if you just so happen to hear it and it touches you, I'm grateful that it helped you. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I just had to address the reason why you haven't seen me. And I know I've had to do this a couple times, and I may have to. Let me break that habit. I'm gonna work on breaking that habit. As I'm getting busy, I can't forget to make sure I speak to you guys, speak to this camera and project it, because I just never know who needs to hear something that I'm thinking. And it's a lot of time, you know, I still have my morning thoughts. It's something that I've gotten in the habit of doing for sure. Now, cutting this camera on, posting that content, that's where I've slacked off the most. I used to post a lot, and I don't know, I've been wanting to be in isolation a lot more lately. And yeah, anyway, y'all know how we do it. Before we get started, I'm gonna come back to that because I feel like that's a great one, but I need to map out what I want to talk about. You know how we do it. Before we get started, it's summertime. I know obviously the work flow has changed for a lot of people as we get ready to head into what is considered a recession or already in one, whatever the case may be. I hope that you're preparing yourself accordingly and you're taking the time out to spend time to think and breathe and manifest and pray and whatever way you channel your source of your energy and your being. I hope that you're spending more time connecting with that. But yes, whether you're on your way to work or you're at home working or or whatever the case may be, I want you to take a second with me. We're gonna breathe deeply for 4, and then we're gonna chop it up. Ready? Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Forget about everything for a second. Breathe in and breathe out. You can return to all your thoughts here in a minute. But for a second, breathe in and breathe out. All right. This is one that came by way of me talking to my little brother the other day. You know, sometimes tapping into your unfilled potential means that you have to do a lot of things that you're uncomfortable with. And even with the uncomfortable steps that you take, there are a lot of ways in which you need to sacrifice. And the main one, this tool, this thing that was created out of thin air one day, that the world decided we were all going to agree is the way that we're going to move through life, and resource that we know as money. And when you're a person who's working towards some type of financial goal, some type of a goal where you need a vehicle or you need a house or you need some equipment, etc., there is nothing in life that can justify you spending your money in any other fashion that contributes to that. So for instance, if you need a car, There's no way that you have the money to blow to go out to eat. There's no way you have the money to blow on video games. Now, though we're talking about money, we also have to talk about the time that you're spending, right? We have 24 hours in the day. And you either do one or two things. You either work for yourself, manage a business, anyway, you don't clock in with somebody other than yourself, or you clock in with somebody. Either way it go, if 8 of those hours in a day ain't being spent on whichever method as focused as possible, you're definitely wasting time. So if you're a person who's self-employed or a business person and you're not spending no less than 8, and you always hear about all the time how the people who are CEOs of companies and run major businesses, how they spend, up to 16 hours a day. It is true. If we don't work, we don't eat. And the misconception is that we don't do anything. And I've heard this conversation, I can't call names, but I've heard this conversation when people say to me, oh, every day is a day off for you. Anyway, yeah, so let it be said, let it be known that when you have nothing but the responsibility on yourself, you don't have time to focus on anything else other than the goal you're trying to get to. Now, a rest day is one thing, and it's I will always encourage that you take your rest, that you're sleeping well, because my biggest thing in life is your health. Because at the end of the day, if you ain't healthy, you ain't feeling good, you're not going to be productive. So if you're not resting, if you're not sleeping, you already can't even get to the step that we're sitting here talking about now, right? But let's just say, for instance, you've gotten good sleep. There is no reason why you're not getting up every day and going for what you want, and you can't stop until you've completed the task for today. So let's take me, for example. If somebody hits me up and they're paying, and they say, hey, I need you to cut 10 songs. That means, granted, I find out the deadline. That means those 10 songs have to be cut. Like I got to get those cut before I can exhaust a lot of time on something else. Now, mind you, taking breaks is cool. You should take breaks. But before I complete the 10, I can't sit here and binge watch a whole show, Stranger Things. I can't sit here and do that until I've completed, because why? I'm killing my time. I'm also preventing the networking, the networking responsibility of it. The sooner I finish this, the sooner the client can go and say, hey, this guy knocked out my records very quickly, very efficiently, and he did a great job with everything. Why don't you hit him up? And more work starts to come. See, a lot of times we get so focused into the dollar amount that we want to make, and we get into the idea of saying the things we want out of life, but we're not taking the actual steps that'll help us get there. That's contradicting yourself. You've already dreamed it. You've already seen it before. So if you've seen it, the only thing you can do now is take the necessary steps to go and get it. Every day you can't wake up and say, oh, I'm going to live in this house. Oh, I'm going to drive this car. And then you never take the steps to do it. That makes no sense. So you have to properly invest your time. And that's pretty much what all this is. Properly investing your time, properly investing your resources. We're all guilty of spending money that we probably shouldn't spend. And if we can go back and count everything that we spent that was stupid on stuff that we don't need, stuff that don't benefit our health, stuff that doesn't benefit our well-being, yeah, I'm sure we can probably add up thousands and thousands of dollars, but it's never too late. And we're headed into, if you follow any market, even the basic understanding, we're headed to we've already seen inflation and all of this stuff happen. So if you're not already adjusting to how life is moving, you're already behind. I suggest you today start taking steps to say no to the stuff that you don't need to be doing. Say no to the stuff that you don't need to purchase. And instead, become an investor in your own mind. And in all the things that you're saying will benefit your life in a better way. That vehicle that you're saying you need to get to A and B, that house that you will say gives you a little more space to be able to develop your workspace, that being able to travel, whatever the case may be, you have to put it in front of you and decide what's more important and what's going to make that accessible. All right, that's it. Invest properly. As simple as that. Now, also investing, make sure you're working on your health and your well-being. With that being said, I'm on my way to the gym. It is about to storm for the first time in Texas, and I'm very excited. It's been like a whole month and a half. It's been averaging 103. I know I just went on a rant just now, but it's been 103 plus. With the thing saying, it's been feeling like 120 and above. Oh, that just stressed me out just now. I'm just playing. But yes, it's about to storm, so I'm gonna get out of here. I'm headed to the gym. It is Thursday, so I reset the week. It is chest and bicep day, abs and cardio. Go get it, work on your health. If you don't like how you look in the mirror, you write it down what you wanna look like. And you have to take the steps. You have to invest the time into the gym to go look like that. You have to invest the time in the kitchen to go look like that. If you don't want to go to the doctor and be worried that they're going to say, oh, I have high cholesterol, high blood pressure, guess what you should stop eating? All right, man, I'm through. Invest better, people. I'm talking to myself. Invest better. There's been times where I've looked at something and said, oh, I know I probably shouldn't, and I do it anyway. We're humans. But the moment we begin to control our minds is when we really, truly win. Let's win better, y'all. We headed to the last half of this year. Let's level up. We're gonna do it. I'm joining Earn Your Leisure podcast. Did this thing called the Stack Summer Challenge, Summer Stack Challenge, or something like that. And it's basically where you deny everything. You deny all your. Yeah, I love y'all. Gotta go. Stack your money. You feel me? Nah. The Stack Challenge is. Don't spend no money unless you need it. Don't use a credit card if you don't need to. Use your debit card only. Matter of fact, don't even use your credit card, even if you need to, because if you need to use it, clearly you don't need it. Unless it's to get the reward points and you can pay it back. You feel me? All right, y'all have a good day. Remember, no excuses. Yo, if you like that episode, all I need you to do is subscribe, like, and comment. And make sure you share it with somebody, because maybe this piece of content could help them. Let's keep it going.